How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. It's LBN, and guys, if you're like me and you have taken a break from this game, some areas of the game have probably fallen to the wayside. You've probably forgotten about them and need to get back to grinding them. For me, that has absolutely been Live Arena. I kind of stopped playing once this was a thing, and then have just recently come back and try to get my games in. But you guys see, it is just not that exciting of an area for me just yet. So, what are we going to be doing today to kind of get me back on that grind, get me back hooked on Arena, trying to get these live Arena medals used every single day? Where we're going to be doing something fun, which you've probably already seen in the title and thumbnail. We are going to be building an all epic team to take into Arena and see if we can handle Gold 5 or whatever I am in live Arena. So, I love this idea. In fact, this video is kind of loosely based on a video that I and probably you guys watched way back in the day done by Hell Hades, where he did an all epic team to push to Platinum when Platinum first became a thing. Obviously, that team would not work nowadays. But I've always been curious if I, with my limited resources, can build a similar team to his, where we can be successful with all epics and hopefully find some hidden gems and hidden synergies that are worth kind of playing around with. And thus, all of this is going to be sparking my interest back into Arena by doing some nonsense like taking epics into it. Now, we're going to build out 4 champions today. However, I believe that there are just so many good options having scrolled through my characters list that I feel like we could build some very interesting teams in future videos. So if you want to see more of this, comment down below and show me that you guys like this concept, because I am just fascinated by this idea. But in order to build a fully well-rounded team, we have to have very specific characters, either with very specific synergies or very powerful heroes or champions that do very specific things. Things like nuking, and I think Finax is going to be like the most obvious go-to answer, so we're actually not going to go toward Finax. He does have that A1 that can block revive. You can build him to crack. However, he's affinity, and since we're going all epics, I feel like taking an affinity nuker is already kind of playing into that disadvantage that we have. So that kind of led me to characters like Genbo, but I feel like a lot of people play with Genbo. I want more to spicy. So instead of going with Genbo, I think I'm going to opt for a nuker in Gala Longbraids. I have had this character maxed out, never used her for a very long time, but she is absolutely very interesting. So she has a 3 hitting A3 that will ignore defense, which you guys know is fantastic for a nuker. I don't know how hard this hits yet. Hopefully it cracks. However, it will also grant an extra turn if she is full health after this attack. So we're going to be trying to figure out ways to make her full health to guarantee this extra turn. That way we can come in and then crack a second character in which she'll ignore 50% defense if she has a shield. So we're going to try to squeeze a blood shield jewelry item, like a blood shield item on her to guarantee that she'll get the shield. Like, we'll put one of these rings on her, probably just this attack one, or if we can roll some attack percent, hopefully we can put this one on her. And that way she'll guarantee that she has a shield for if she is full health. We can then come in and hit once again. So we're going to put this item on her, but we have to figure out how to get her to guarantee she's at full health. And I'm thinking not going with lifesteal, but going with the new gear set that's kind of like new and improved lifesteal, Bloodthirst. However, as you see on this account, we are kind of running low on Bloodthirst and not very good pieces. So maybe we have to go without Bloodthirst and just hope that we can get her to go before she takes any damage. So that leads me to our second champion. We need someone who can give her turn meter at little to no cost. So I am looking for a speed booster champion, and the one that calls out to me the most, or at least at first, is Golden Reaper. A pretty solid base speed for an epic. I also have a good banner that we could slap on her, and I also have a couple of supersonic pieces if we need to, so she's a very good candidate for a champion that we could throw in as our speed booster. However, kind of more enticing, since her speed boost only gives increased speed and turn meter, kind of more enticing is, where is he? I don't even know his name. This guy, Old Hermit Yorg, he matches that base speed at 104. However, I also have a 5-star awakening on him. I have one on both of them, so they don't quite get the awakening bonus that we would hope for in that bonus speed for a speed booster. However, I do have a pretty good banner for him to give him some speed as well. And what's very enticing about him is that he not only turn meter boosts, which is what we're looking for, but he also applies that increased attack, which goes very well with Gala Longbraids, who does her damage based on attack. So he already is kind of standing out to me as the go-to choice that we're going to build around, because I've had this guy built, never used him in anything other than Faction Wars, and he also provides a turn meter fill on a revive with a perfect veil. So this perfect veil on the revive kind of made me question, should we go with Gala Longbraids as our nuker? Because you can play someone like Diana. I feel like you can build some pretty cool synergies with Diana, because her kind of shtick is that she'll ignore shield and strengthen if she has either an increased attack or a veil on her. So that kind of looks like probably a better option with Old Hermit Yorg. But guys, Gala Longbraids is just too dope. We're going to build Gala Longbraids out. Hope that she can pack a punch, and be the nuker that we're going to need on this team. So we have two of our champions picked out, Old Hermit Yorg and Gala Longbraids. I'm going to have to stare at these champions to figure out what the rest of this team is going to be in order to get a fully well-rounded team that can keep Gala alive long enough to crack the enemy team and pop them down one by one. So give me a second, I'll take a look. All right, so we're going to be competing against a lot of legendary champions, even some mythicals possibly. So we're going to have to be able to strip a lot of buffs, because that is exactly what happens in Arena nowadays. And I think we're just going to have to go with my girl, Madame Suri. We might have to change up her build a bit to be able to survive on this team. However, we're going to have her going fast, being able to strip those buffs with her 3, Midnight Ritual, removes all buffs from all enemies, then places a decreased attack and a decreased defense. This is going to be perfect to, one, place that decreased attack to help our team stay alive if they cut in, the enemy team cuts in, which they might here, but also it's going to enable Gala to further crack damage because she's going to be decreasing their defense. So I think Madame Suri is kind of the best choice. She'll probably be the most standard PvP champion on this team if I had to guess, because I don't really see any people playing with these other heroes or these other champions in PvP. At least I haven't seen them in Arena in a minute. But let's try to pick out a good 4th champion, which, by the way, looking through these champions, I'm kind of reading a bunch of passives that I've never read before, and I feel like we could build some really fun teams in future videos. Like, imagine a team that just never dies and just benefits from Tolf stealing shields from the enemies until he gets big enough to crack the enemy team. Or building a team around Soul Drinker. Where are my Soul Drinkers? The guy that when he dies, he places bombs on the enemy, and you could build a team to just keep your Soul Drinker coming back and spamming bombs. I feel like there's some really fun teams that if you guys want to see, we could build some future teams in some future videos. So let me know that in the comments below. But let's find this 4th champion, for God's sakes. All right, you know what? Screw it. We're playing Gala's attack aura, and I'm thinking we're going to go with my boy Claude Beastfeeder. Look, I really wanted part of this video to be that we're going to play some spicy picks, not the obvious picks, and I think Claude Beastfeeder kind of fits on that bill. And I really do think that he provides something that this team is lacking. Now, we could go for someone, this is going to be someone who's designed, their role in this team is to help the team absorb hits. That's going to be this role's role, I guess. And I think the obvious choice is going with something like Vogoth with his passive that provides extra healing whenever he is hit. However, we're not going to have that passive, but we're going to have something else that's going to help keep Gala full health when she takes her turn. So whenever Claude takes his turn, he's going to heal the lowest HP ally by 10% of his health at the start of this champion's turn. So we're hoping that that goes into Gala, so that should be nice. On top of that, he's going to help her maintain that shield by applying a shield himself if we need to, later in a fight. However, his role is going to be to come in after our speed booster, give an increased speed buff, give an increased accuracy buff to help Madame Suri strip crit buffs and then heal Gala at the same time. So he's going to be doing a lot on his turn. It's a lot of weird stuff. He doesn't really make that much sense as a champion, except for in this exact team. And I've never played this guy. He looks atrocious, and I just want to give him a shot. So let me build up these champions, and I'll be right back to show you what we have so far. All right, so we're building out Gala long braids. We're going to start with her build because we just want her to hit as hard as humanly possible for her, while also trying to guarantee as much as we can that she'll live to be able to get her first hit off. So what we're doing is I'm going to go for a 4-piece stone skin while also allowing us to free up another 4-piece if possible. So we have our only 2 like slots available because I only have a blood shield ring on this account for dwarves. So we're going stone skin. I do have an attack, what is this, amulet? And I do have a attack banner. So it's not the best. We would probably ideally want a crit damage here, but hopefully we can hit all crit damage on this piece. Let's go 3. I feel like we want crit damage and resist, and of course that's exactly what we don't get. I feel like that's how it always works out. It's okay. I mean, she's going to need some... I'm coping. This is awful. However, have already missed speed on this banner when I rolled it up last time. But we do land attack percent. We can scale that up a bit. So at least we're getting some tankiness on these missed rolls. I guess I can't complain too much. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a 4-set like lethal that gives her as much damage as possible and try to equip that first with what limited gear I have, and then come back through with my stone skin items, which I have much more of, to try to fill in those last 2 slots here. So that way she benefits from 2 4-set bonuses, and this 4-set is the more powerful of the 2, giving her that 1 stack of stone skins. So let me find a way to kind of slap a build together to give her full crit rate, a bunch of damage, hopefully some resist and some HP to survive those first few hits, especially if I can, a little bit of resist. But mostly we just want her to crack and hope that the rest of the team can carry her into her first turn. So I'll be right back with hopefully a very good Gala Long Braids build. You know, it's funny, I have taken some time off of this game, but for the most part I was still downing Clan Boss every day. So the downside to that, to taking that time off, is that my account is lacking a lot of good sets, or a lot of enough like abundance of good sets like Savage and stuff. But the upside is that I have a lot of mediocre sets like Cruel. So we have plenty of Cruel options to choose from, and I feel like these 4 pieces are giving us a good enough basis to start with, because we have fine crit rate that we can probably fill in the rest with the stone skin pieces, or we can fill in what we can and then come back and reevaluate our Cruel pieces. But we have attack percent that I'm ripping from a Royal Guard for this video. It gives good speed, very good crit rate, some crit damage, only 50% attack, but as you see, our attack is not lacking. Once again, we have these gloves that don't give speed, but they do give some fine crit rate and some very good attack. So very stat sticky piece there. We also have this is like the perfect weapon. I feel like this is just going to be our weapon guaranteed. We have a little bit of everything that we want and good speed to kind of give us a foundation of speed. And then finally we have this helm that is probably the most replaceable piece. It does have a roll in speed, has 2 rolls in attack percent that we probably wish were in this crit rate, but I have, like you can see here, I have so many helmets that if we need to, we can come back and find a better piece that has more crit rate. Like even this piece, for example, it also gives HP instead of speed, which would be like fine. But now our goal is to find 2 stone skin pieces in our 2 available spots. I'm going to look for maybe I'm going to look for speed boots. I feel like we don't necessarily, since we're going stone skin, we don't necessarily need HP percent boosts. But we're going to look for good pieces. And as you see here, I have been doing some Hydra, getting some great pieces. Look at this piece here. We're going to try this on and then look to see if we can, actually I need to change to speed primary stat. Let's see if we can round out this build with 100% crit rate and just cracking damage while trying to stay alive as well. Wait, okay, the first pieces that I equipped were Genbo's boots that have 19% crit rate, which filled in our crit rate to be exactly 100%. Dude, this set is actually sick. I have this insane shield that kind of makes it possible. However, I am very happy with these stats. Now, I will say this crit damage is a little bit lacking. Also, our ignore defense might be a little bit lacking, but since this is a Gala set, that ignore defense hopefully doesn't come up too much. And since we're opting for stone skin over just pure stats, I think that's better for like it's better to sacrifice some crit damage on the amulet in order for survivability, because since these are all epics, we're going to need that survivability. But let's go ahead and swap this gear over. I am happy with this gear. Also note that I will not have masteries on some of these champions. Look, I am a very new content creator on the raid sphere, so I haven't joined the raid program yet, although I would love to, but I just can't afford to. Realistically, I can't afford to max out these champions, unfortunately. So yeah, some things were lacking, but I'm going to try to boost these guys as much as possible. But let me build out the rest of the team, then I'll get back to you and show you what we have at the end. Okay, so a very, very weird blessing that we're going to put on Gala is going to be emergency heal. So if one of her shields breaks, it's going to heal her underneath that shield. Very weird. Obviously, if we had more of a blessing, we could go like Crushing Rend or something more exciting. But I definitely think that this could be the play here, because it'll help guarantee that she's full health, or at least try to guarantee that she's full health when it comes time to take a turn. Now, the final stats that we're going to go with on her, which by the way, I have Unholy Grail. It's the best of the limited options that I have. It's going to give her more damage if she has any debuff. So if that Stone Skin fails, she'll do a bit more damage, which is what we're looking for. But the final stats that we're looking for on our nuker, Gala Longbraids, only 40,000 HP. She is an epic, by the way. 228 speed. All of these stats could be boosted if we had masteries on her. She does have full crit rate, so she should be cracking only 200% crit damage, but I have a feeling that with 6k, almost 6k attack, it should be enough. Now, the stat that I'm lacking as much as I wish, like I don't have as much as I wish I had, was resistance. But as you see here, I just ran out of materials to ascend my bottom row, so we can't really get much resistance from there. But I feel like this is a pretty fine build, you know, opting for a stone skin set on a nuker. You're kind of limited in what you can build, and I'm not like the end game whales, but I feel like this should be enough to crack some skulls in Gold 5 Arena. So let me build the rest of the team, and then now I guess we'll finally come back at the end. All right, the Clawed Beast Feeder build is done. It's okay. I put my slow preset for my bolster set on him, so he's not going to be going often, but that's not really his duty. I guess if he does take a turn, he has some pretty impactful things that he's doing, which, I mean, I guess we're losing out on his passive. However, this probably, now that I've built him slow, would be better off as Vogoth, but I still have faith in the boy, okay? He has 100k HP, which will provide a very nice shield. He has a little bit of resist. Once again, I would really like to get that up, get the speed up, but he's going to be providing a very nice shield. He's also going to have stone skin, so hopefully the shield can't be like tampered with too much, you know. I think this build is like fine. He's going to provide a role. We might have to pivot on his build later on, make him faster, put his fast bolster set on. But for now, I think just having a massive shield providing survivability is going to be his role and is going to be successful. I've opted to also just go with my standard Madame Cerie build. It's a fine build. It has 280 speed, so it's a lot of speed, and it has 530 accuracy. I could crank that accuracy up by swapping in some pinpoint. However, rebuilding this champ is on my to-do list for later for my arena team, so I'm just going to keep her with what she's at right now and go from there. The last champion that I have to build, though, is Old Hermit Jorg, and I need to get him going fast, and I think we're going to opt for, well, first let me set the blessing. I really think Chainbreaker is going to be the play on him. Either Chainbreaker or Survival Instinct. So whenever a debuff is placed on him, he just gets turn meter. Or we can keep him from getting like a hard CC, or give him a chance to break that hard CC and then get further turn meter with Chainbreaker. So I definitely think this is the play. Since we don't have a good speed aura, we can't really go Commanding Presence and get good value. So we're just going to go Chainbreaker, call it a day. Hopefully he gets cleansed so that he can revive and then further the team along. We are going to opt for a supersonic set with him because I don't think, I mean, maybe we could go with my preset of my fastest items from my last video. Definitely check out that video if you haven't, because we made presets together and that video got so much good feedback. I think it helped a lot of people kind of do something that they've been putting off for so long. But I definitely could slap him in my just fastest speed gear and get him going fast and hope he goes first. But I really think Supersonic's going to be the play. You know what? Screw it. We're going to go with our Arbiter's build, get his speed up to 340. It's not bad. Let's go and equip these, and then let's slap him in some items that will make him go even faster on the bottom row. Let's see, what items do I have? I do have this pinpoint banner that we can slap on him, and then we can put one more pinpoint piece on him. It really doesn't matter which one. Let's see, giving him defense, sure, we'll keep that. We'll just slap any of these pieces, HP with HP percent on it. Let's roll that, slap it up, which, by the way, it's time for me to mention that I am doing all of this during a gear enhancement day, so I'm not just like randomly spending a bunch of silver that I don't have. However, I think this build's fine. We can go ahead and upgrade this. We can slap a like a small glyph into this speed banner and see where it takes us. So let's go ahead and slap a small glyph. 4, come on, give me 4. I'll try like 2 more times. 3, I'll take that. So the banner gives him 20 speed, but on top of that, we're getting that pinpoint 2 set bonus of 10% further speed. So his final stats are going to come out to be 359 speed. It's not bad. It's really not bad for like this gold 5 level. On top of that, literally his other stats just don't matter. He randomly has crazy crit damage, so we take that. But he would also benefit a lot from masteries like Lure of Steel would be very good on him. And also, I think Timely Intervention and oh, where is it? The other one that gives him turn meter from this tree would be very good options for him. But once again, some of the parts of these champions aren't going to be built out. But without further ado, guys, let's get in and let's see if we can crack some skulls with this team. See if we can make some magic happen and just find some enemies in Gold 5 Arena. See if we can find some enemies in Gold 5 Arena with like good enough teams. Like, these champions are crazy, pretty meta legendary champions on this team. I kind of just want to limit test and see where we're at. So let's get rid of my normal team. I guess we filter toward Epic, I guess. God, this team is so cooked, but this is gonna be so much fun. I've always been so jealous of Hell Hades making that video. He had like a rock breaker in that team, which was just like so genius at the time. Nowadays, rock breaker is an absolute meme. I feel like Claude is going to be the meme of this team. Definitely should be a Vogoth in my opinion, especially after having built him. God, you know the champions are bad when I don't even remember what the other ones or what they all are. Okay, so this is our team. How does it look? An attack aura, only 250k points. Oh, please work. Please do something. We're going to manual. Hopefully I don't just get cracked by them, because I think this guy, I don't know how all these people have him, but that guy smacks, okay? So we're going to boost our team. Okay, they cut in before Madame Saris. Madame Saris goes down. We still have the big boy. Okay, our whole team is just dead. Okay, this is what we expected to happen. What can we do? We can forfeit. Okay, so that's one fight down. We're 0-1. 0-1, maybe a little bit too ambitious with that team. We might want to refresh. Let's refresh and let's start there. Ooh, do we take on the... Let's take them on. Let's get clobbered by Leo and start off 0-2. We love an underdog story. Hopefully that speed boost is going to be enough to keep us going. Maybe I didn't make the rest of the champions fast enough, I'm guessing. But now you're going to see we get to strip all buffs that they don't even have. I see Donatello's about to take a turn. Okay, so we're starting to lose those shields. Okay, it's Gala time. It is Gala time. The problem is that she hits 3 times. Unless the first hit, like, takes them to 60% health or 0% health, they're going to proc their passives. So I just don't even know who's correct to hit. I think we just start strong. Yep, he gets that stone skin, takes a turn. I wonder if it's worth hitting Raphael here. Man, maybe taking on these guys. Oh my god, it did 126k and it didn't even do half of his health bar. Okay, so we are actually going to pivot. So Claude Beastfeeder was not it. Okay, he absolutely was not it. So instead, I'm going to opt for Golden Reaper. And I did a few fights, and Claude did literally nothing other than hold a bolster set. And while that's good at keeping people alive, I would rather have my champions take a turn before dying. So we are going to replace him with a second speed booster. So we're going to speed meta with all epics and see if we can get the job done. We're bringing out the girl, Golden Reaper, seeing if she can just like speed boost the stew out of our team. The thing is I'm going to put her in a supersonic set because I feel like I don't have my team speed tuned. Why was she in a free set? I don't even know. But I don't have my champions speed tuned, so it's going to be very beneficial for her to cut in after they cut in and further cut in. So yeah, we are going full on supersonic. Ideally I get 9 piece, but as you see, I don't have it unless we have something equipped. No. Okay, so we're going to be able to put at least eight piece supersonic, which should be good. All we really care about is this right here, so this 4 set. So as long as we have that, we're going to be rocking and rolling. Let's go and slap these pieces on her. Let's finish out her build really quick, and then we'll finally get into the action, hopefully with a successful team this time. All right, take 2 of the speed team. We're replacing Claude the Fat Man with a 276 Golden Reaper with Supersonic. So we're hoping that this is fast enough with the Supersonic set to cut in on enemy like Arbiters, or we might go against like a Sifi or something. I guess I can glyph up some of these pieces. I don't feel bad about glyphing up Supersonic pieces with speed. That's a fantastic roll. I could, if I had more resources, I could hope to ascend speed. Give me speed. No speed. That's okay. Any other speed glyphs that we can slap on these speed pieces, I would not hate doing so. Give me 4. Very nice. Okay, where's this luck when I need it? And then the final one, we can slap another enchantment. I feel like it's worth going for. Yeah, it's just worth going for here again. Okay, so we got a little bit more speed. Let's see what our final stats are on the girl. So we got 286 speed with supersonic, and oh, also we can apply a blessing. Oh man, what do I go? Maybe on her we go survival instinct. So whenever we get debuffs, we're gonna transfer them, or I guess whenever we get debuffs, we're gonna fill her turn meter is what I'm trying to say. So she gets some good turn meter there. She doesn't quite have a 6-star bonus, but that is a-okay. Oh, also, we need to be putting Journal of Necrotos on these 2 speed boosters. Let's go ahead and do that now. So whenever they turn meter boost, it's going to boost it by a further 15%. So let's put that Necrotos on her and on this guy, Yorg. Yorg, take the book, man. Take the book. Okay, so our turn meter boosters are boosted. We have supersonic. We now have double turn meter booster. Let's see. Let's just test it versus, I guess, a single arbiter to make sure things are working how we want it to. Get out of here, dude. You were not as good as I hoped you were. Where is our Golden Reaper? Here she is. She is level 1. That's so funny. So we have our team assembled. I guess I could put a blessing on Madame Suri, but what does she give? Faction crypt. So not good enough. Let's take it. So hopefully we outspeed. So we do. But then she's going to cut in. And that's going to further boost our Golden Reaper to then take her turn and further boost the team, right? Yes, and then further boost the team. And then now Gala can come in and do her thing. So I think this is going to make a lot more sense. So bing, bang, boom. Okay, so she does about 120k on both of her hits, I'm noticing. So with that knowledge, let's avoid these like the plague. And let's take on a Staltus. It does have a Juliana. It is level 93, so I don't think this is the most advanced team, but we're starting from, even ground and working our way up. Oh my goodness, hopefully we win this. So we're going to speed boost. We're going to target the Embreeze. I don't really know what he does because I don't have him myself, but Golden Reaper does take a turn first. We are able to strip him and place that decreased defense. So now do we just want to go with a single target smack? Just a one-off smack. I don't really know if he has a passive that'll save him from a triple hit. Okay, it doesn't look like it. So we smack him and we take another turn. That is working perfectly. This Stultus is very slow, so we're actually going to target the Helicath. 89k is okay. That is a very tanky champion, so it's not the worst. Can we use this without reviving? No, we can't. So his A1 just hits. We're just going to hit the equal affinity. Dang, that smacked 30k. I don't even have this big guy built for damage. So her A2 has a chance to place decreased attack. I don't think I have enough accuracy. Plus, they already have decreased attack. But then Juliana comes in, places that. We're going to try to reduce his turn meter a little bit with the A1. Hope that Gala can take her turn first. Now, if I had masteries on all these champs, they could all be reducing turn meter. But that's a-okay. Now, this is the scare with this team, is that Gala can only come in and kill 2 at a time. And then from there, you kind of have to wait until she goes again, and then she'll kill a third, and then wait until she goes again, and then kill a fourth. So let's just speed boost and take our turns until we work back away, or around to her A3. Wow, that did no damage. But luckily, she takes another turn, dude. This Stultus is tanky AF. He does have increased defense. Once again, like, no masteries on her. She would benefit from definitely from having like Helm Smasher on her. That would be very nice. Let's come in. Let's crack him dead. Banked. Only 25k is a little concerning. So I hope Gallo wasn't the wrong choice. We have this team that looks incredibly toxic. Do we even go for it? I feel like if we had Fnax as our guy, but then he'd be negative affinity. That would be fun to test. Let's try this one. They do have Wukong. They also have Lydia to deny revivals if that comes up, and they also have Armans and Mayuko. So this is a very toxic team. I just want to try it. Look, I don't care if we fail today. That's not what today's video is about. It's just seeing, like, this is kind of... Okay, our nuker gets sheeped. Okay. What do we do here? Goodness. Let's try for a decrease attack, I guess. Yikes. Okay, let's go for a... I guess both our nukers did get decreased, but we do want to remove the stone skin. Dang, we don't. But most of this video is kind of just to showcase the difference, the gap in Legendary to Epic. I mean, like, I feel like I chose, like, some very solid, good Arena Epics. However, if you take a team of Arena Epics and place them versus a team of Arena Legendaries, especially in a post-Armons world, you really do see that gap in what these champions are capable of. Ooh, okay, this would be a very good test. This Rotos is absolutely going to rip through us, but I do want to see Gala versus a, where is it, a UDK. Also, all these buffs, these stone skins, that chain, we do kind of boost our supersonics. That's nice. So we can guarantee that we cut in here. There goes Lightning Cage. Let's see, we don't quite rip off Duchess, but do we want to go twice? I feel like we want to get 4 solid hits on UDK. Okay, so she does kind of pack a walloping. I noticed that Pythion did take some of the hit there. So hopefully, yeah, okay, so Gala, I love how my camera is literally blocking Gala. I just now realized. But we do full-on smash him. The problem is that Duchess and Pythion are going to be bringing him back left and right. So I don't really know how we're going to win this fight. But hey, step 1 is to see if we can figure out a way around UDK. And we're basically just, at this point, waiting out the stone skin buffs and hoping... Oop, he did kill my reviver. Hoping that Rotos doesn't do too much damage, but we are already seeing he does. So we're kind of forced into this Duchess. Man, people talking like Duchess is bad now. What are y'all on? Like, dude, Duchess is crazy. Crazy. Now, sure, like in SSS plus end game arena, she probably loses some of her, like, you know, sexiness, but at this level, I mean, she just absolutely cares. Like, look, Gala ignores defense and did literally 0 damage there. Like, didn't even touch the health bar. Oh, dude, Rotos just doing Rotos things. Okay, so there, I mean, look, very ambitious of a team to take on. But, ooh, live arena? Okay. Very ambitious team to take on, but I did just want to see if we could kind of handle UDK and then kind of get some turns quick enough. We couldn't. Okay, so this guy... has some border. So he doesn't have as many levels, but that just means he hasn't been playing as long as I have. Um, but he probably has a better champion roster than me if I had to guess. But let's take our epics, and then I'm gonna take uh, I'll take like one of my best legendaries, so he bans the legendary. He's gonna take my bait of banning my good champion, and we're gonna see how we fare. Yeah, see, he already has Lady Marichka, and I don't. I just don't on this account. So we're gonna take our other epics, Gala. Now let's take not Lady Marichka, Lady. What's this person's name? Mikage. I don't have her on my either of my accounts. They don't have her. Who else was our champion? We had Golden Reaper. Golden Reaper. And let's pick our best, most meta champion, which will be Marichka. And he's going to ban Marichka for sure. If he doesn't ban Marichka and bans... Honestly, if he bans Gala Long Braids, I'm even more screwed. Because then I just have no chance of killing any champions. But yeah, he's probably going to ban the one scary... Literally the S plus tier legendary. Dude, it would be so funny if he straight up bans Gala. That would be great. The thing is, like, I don't know if I ban Armand's or if I ban Mikage. I feel like Armand's just means that I can't win. Mikage is very oppressive, but we might be able to snipe her down. Yeah, of course he takes the bait, dude. That's so funny. Okay, let's lead with once again Gala. He's gonna lead with his speed booster. Hopefully his Mikage is not faster than any of my champions. He does have that potential. I'm guessing he doesn't have Arbiter done yet. But like the whole video is kind of premised around me. I am not very advanced in live arena. Okay, we do go first. He is close though. He is very close. I have a feeling that his Armands would have beat me out. But let's double speed boost. And let's just give... so he does have Ninja Mikage. I know that's a terrifying combo. Let's strip defense, reduce Ninja's capacity to nuke. And let's really try to gun down this Mikage. Bing, bang, boom. Okay, we absolutely one-tap her. So now... so Wukong will revive himself. Withier only does healing. So let's just crack Ninja so that hopefully we don't get one-shot by a Wukong that has decreased attack. That is the fear here. That's how we lose, as if he can one-shot us. But really, he's negative affinity. Okay, so he does get cleansed. He's negative affinity to my Reviver. So that makes me fear him a little bit less. Our Reviver also randomly cracks, dude. What is that Reviver damage? Jorg absolutely smacks. Okay, so he doesn't go for the wand. He goes for his AoE. Let's go for just like AoE tapping down damage. Let's try to strip that continuous heal. No, we don't. Now we're just trying to, crossing our fingers and hoping that Gala can take another turn and crack Withier before too much damage is done. So Withier is already kind of winding up on us. So he's absolutely going to rail us by targeting our Golden Reaper. Maybe we should have left Ninja alone. Okay, so luckily he doesn't quite one-shot the team. I think that weak hits or something, or just didn't do a lot of damage to our Jorg. So now Jorg is going to be able to revive. We're just kind of spinning the wheels and hoping that we can work our way back to our Gala's nukes. That's kind of the play at this point. But now Gala and Golden Reaper both have a Veil. He does start targeting our Reviver, so we are on a very limited clock here. Madam goes down, so there goes our strip chance. But I guess we're not going to take an extra turn here because Gala's not full. So come on. Hopefully we can take out her before she gets too out of like insane. I really do think we should have targeted her instead of Ninja. I kind of wish that we could go back and I could do that a little bit differently. So we do get a speed boost. And we are working back to her big single target smack. It's just, I don't think it's going to be enough. So she's going to place a shield on herself, which is going to make her smack if we don't get hit too hard by Wukong. He might target here with Wukong. If she's able to maintain that shield, she will ignore some defense on her A2. She already loses the shield. No. Okay, so that one was close, but I feel like that was user error, which is kind of funny to say, but look, we did outdamage the Wukong. This is so much fun, by the way. Look, we all play this game to try to min-max and use our resources super effectively, so let me do the stupid stuff for you guys. I definitely feel like this team was a fail. This team has, I will just fully admit, I feel like most YouTubers Raid YouTubers are very good. Honestly, I play a lot of different games and I see a lot of different YouTube spheres like afraid to admit when they fail. I definitely think it's okay to show that we have this team has failed. However, the good thing is I definitely see now, having done this little experiment, that I do think there are better teams that we could have done. So I feel like right now what we're doing is we're kind of taking a team that's trying to do normal arena things and facing them versus champions that are also trying to do normal arena things, but that do them better. So I think what we need to do in future videos, if you guys want to see this again, okay, this team is going to absolutely destroy me. If we want to do this once again, what's my final champion? It's Madam. Okay. If we want to do this again, I think we need to lean on gimmicks. Like I think Soul Drinker is the play. So we don't want to have our buffs stripped, but also, dude, Trunda's gonna nuke me. What is this? Like Faye? What's her name? She's an old champion. She's gonna nuke the stew out of me. Maybe we just get rid of one of his like boosters, but also Kymar boost too. I don't know, man. Don't ban Gala. Okay, yeah, they take the ban. I think putting Marichka there is just is the play. Let's see. Can we bring this one home? Emma, whatever his name is. Don't do it to me, man. Don't do it to me. Okay, so we do outspeed, which is step one. We outspeed again. Okay, so who do we target in order to try to give us the best chance to win, to survive long enough? I definitely think we target Trunda. If we target Trunda, and I think this is Queen Ava. I think. Oh, okay, so he does cut in. He does cut in. Hopefully not too much. Oh no, Kymar took a turn, stripped our stone skin, put our team to sleep, and then we just get absolutely clobbered down. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so the boosters, this turn meter boosters don't boost enough. Oh man, we run it back. Give it the salty run back. Man, you see, like, the thing about doing an experiment like this is that a legendary champion that's a turn meter booster, like Arbiter, boosts for 30% turn meter. However, these epic turn meter boosters only boost for 20% each. So it makes you question, like, if we were running Arbiter in one of their places, would we... Oh, is this that same guy? I don't think so. But if we were running Arbiter in one of their places, would we have boosted Gala enough to be able to take a turn there? Really makes you wonder. But yeah, this is just truly... I think this is the fun part of this video. Yes, we have literally miserably failed in terms of trying to like make a successful team here, but this is iteration one, and like I said, I have learned a lot, but it's also, I think this is beautifully showcasing that gap in strength of kits from epic to legendary, and whether that gap is like too much is a question that, like, you know, maybe the devs need to ask, like, should they buff some epics, bring them more in line to the modern world, where now there's not just the gap from epic to legendary, there's also the gap that we haven't really seen much from legend or epic or just legendary to mythical too. So there's just so much between an epic and succession, or like succeeding, that we just aren't able to see. Who am I forgetting this time? Our booster, and then Marichka. Hopefully, so either we pick Marichka first to show like this is my best champion, don't ban her, or we pick her last to try to sneak her in, to try to make it look like we're trying to be sneaky and say like don't ban Marichka. So let's put Marichka up. Oh God, see, we're once again forced with, do we want them to turn meter boost, or do we want Armons to just go absolutely buck wild on our team? And I feel like if we get rid of Armons, this team doesn't really have a way to kill other than Cardiel, like team attacking. So I think we remove Armons. Also, hey, one thing that we're taking away from this video is if you put 4 random epics and a random legendary up, they will ban that legendary every time. How we use that information, I have no idea. Also, we are much faster than their Arbiter. I feel like I don't... Maybe he's supersonic. This could... Okay, he's not supersonic. That did scare me with how much faster we were. I was a little scared. Okay, so the thing is we want to get rid of his 2 revivers. However, I just don't know how to go about this. I feel like we triple tap Arbiter. And then, yeah, she got absolutely decimated. Then we try to go for the big nuke, which we do have a shield because of the blood shield accessory. Okay, we've killed both the revivers. Now step 2 is to make sure that hopefully neither of these guys do enough damage to kill us. Cardio, he has so much support in his kit, like so many buffs, um, that I don't really know what this guy's plan was for killing us, but we might have just absolutely dunked on this guy, hopefully. He does have double revive on death going. However, the thing about this team is that we kill so slowly, we have to wait until Gala gets another turn. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, okay, his Kaimar did kind of truck us. Weirdly enough. I feel like that is the last thing I'd expect from a Kaimar. Don't do it to us, Kaimar. Hopefully he doesn't also have the like arachna elixir thing going too. That would be terrifying. Please, this is our chance to win a fight. Please, Gala, nuke him down. Okay, Gala's A1 doesn't quite pack a punch. We also don't. I guess this team's really lacking in synergy of how to get Gala back up to full health, which is kind of why we went with the Claude Beast Feeder. And we're seeing, no, this was our chance to win. No, Gala. Ugh. See, I feel like Gala could be very S tier if you put her in a team with like some S tier legendary. Dang, we lost again, man. We lost again. Can we win? Gala has what it takes. Like each of these champions has what it takes to succeed on their own. But when you slap all of them together, their holes really start to show. Okay, we have a level 79. Maybe we can win a fight here. First level 70. The game is like, you've lost a bunch in a row. Let's give you a win. We're going to lead with Marichka, so he's like shaking in his boots. He's going to try to design a team around beating Marichka with his limited roster. And then we're going to come in and hammer it home with all of these massive epics. Oh, okay, so he does have bombs. He does have a super sturdy champion, too. I don't know her name. Is it Sathalia? Is that her name? I'm not sure. Ninja. Ooh, and Eric's. Eric's is actually very scary. You know what? Let's bring the boy back out. Let's bring Claude back out. And do we go with Madame Cerie? Maybe not. Let's try to go Madame Cerealis. Maybe our actual good PvP champion is the one that's bringing us down. Okay, yeah, we're going to get rid of Mithrala. I feel like Mithrala is scary. These bombs are going to be absolutely terrifying, but I'm thinking we can one-shot both of these champs, hopefully. Yeah, luckily, dude, they fall for the bait, the Marichka bait, every single time. And let's hope that we can maybe get at least one win in this video. Have we won a game yet? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, let's double boost. We have to kill this champ. If he lands a bomb on anything, we just full wipe. Okay, so we take him down. I feel like Eric's is going to be the scariest one, but then again, Ninja's also pretty scary. Let's just go with Eric's. Okay, this is where we keep finding ourselves. We have nuked down 2 people. Can we survive these other 2 people? Are 4 epics good enough to survive versus 2 legendaries? I don't know. Okay, Claude, with all of his slowness, has gotten to where he takes another turn. We can at least... that literally did nothing other than place and increase accuracy. She strips our buffs. I did not know she had that ability. I don't have this champion built on either of my accounts. So Ninja has the Veil, so Gala already can't target him. But maybe with the random nukage of our support units, we can probably help nuke this chick down. This could... it's looking promising. Now, Ninja's about to come in and freeze us. The game's frozen. Okay. Ninja's about to come in and freeze us, which is scary. But maybe since we have Claude in here, we can shield up again and survive that freeze. She's also, I think, full health under the shield, maybe? No, she's not. Okay. Okay, so Ninja does come in with that freeze. We are able to get him down. Can this be like our first win? I think we've done it. Oh my gosh. And then what is this set even called? Swift Parry? We proc a Swift Parry set. Okay. You know what? You got me. You did it. Okay, our first win, dude. Our all epics team beats an all legendary team. But look, that one wasn't a fair fight. We just need a fair fight here. We need one fair, kind of slightly even fight. This is so much fun, by the way. This is so much fun. I hope you guys are enjoying as well. I hope you didn't come here to see us win every fight. I don't think that's really possible nowadays in modern Raid. Um, However, once again, like I said, I hope you guys are having fun and enjoying the video. Hopefully, you guys want to see another iteration of this. Like I said, I think there's a lot that we've learned in this video on how we can take it and improve for the next time. Ooh, do we want to mat him off? I don't think so. I think we just want to keep our other strat going. We need to filter to epic. Let's go. Let's go Madamless again. I feel like that was actually the play. Let's go Yorg. We've got Gala, and let's go Claude next. The good thing is that I feel like a lot of people, especially like newer-ish players, don't know what a lot of these random epics do. Because like maybe they weren't here as like the random YouTubers made a video like, oh, here's the new epics coming. So hopefully they just like don't know what these guys do and maybe like ban them and let me have Marichka, because the whole point of this video is not to have a legendary, but it would be funny to randomly have Marichka going alongside these random epics. Who are we missing? We're missing Golden Reaper. Where are you at? She's level 1. Here she is. Okay. Alright, ban Marichka. Do your worst. The thing is, if we ban one of his nukers, he'd still have another one. I feel like we ban his speed booster. His Mithril is going to go, like, ape. Like, she's going to go crazy on us. So maybe we just hope that, like, our Supersonic Golden Reaper secondary booster is enough to kind of counteract the Arbiter. And maybe we can crack down... Yeah, okay, so he does ban Marichka again. Haha, falls for the bait. The thing is, like, Sun Wukong's less scary with a bolster on our team, because he can't remove that. With level 93, there's a chance he's built his Wukong correctly to where he can nuke down, nuke us down. Let's see. He's probably like, whoa, these epics are outspeeding my Arbiter. The thing is, like, we need to kill Arbiter because she's just going to revive who we don't kill. So I feel like we go Arbiter and then Rhonda. Let's go Arbiter and then Rhonda. Oh, we don't even kill Arbiter. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's okay. Okay, we do get another turn. Okay, so now we're... Can our team survive 2 legendaries and an epic? Oh, God, dude. The good thing about playing an all-epic team is that we've secretly countered Rhonda, because Rhonda's all about shutting down passives, I think. And it's funny because all of our champions are so bad or not well-rounded enough to have a good passive. So it looks like his nukers aren't as nuky enough to kind of take us down. Although they do kill Golden Reaper. Do we want to revive now? I think we just revive as often as possible. Just throw as many, you know, as much fodder at him as we can. We just have to, okay, we have to be feared. That's, I like that option. Okay, he does nuke down Gala. That is unfortunate. So now Gala's turns aren't going to be, like, her cooldowns aren't going to be resetting. Also, dude, this Yorg's revive is on such a long cooldown. Did I throw by reviving? I think I did. I think I threw by reviving, but maybe, just maybe, these guys can nuke Rhonda down. Yeah, I mean, you see there, our supports are, like, pretty heavy hitters. And although we have Claude just as slow as possible, we do have 2 turn meter boosters that are going to be helping him. Also, something just reduced a cooldown on Claude's kit. I don't know what that was. Oh, is it Golden Reaper's A1, I think, might have a chance to reduce, like, a spell's cooldown by a turn or something. Oh, we're so close to that revive. Dude, this whole video is just me, like, nuking someone down and then fingers crossed and praying, like, can we live to fight another day? Okay, I'm gonna revive here, but it depends on what spells or what attacks Wukong has available. Okay, so our reviver's down. Wukong didn't have any active hits available, so it comes down to this. Can we, one... Oh, what if we do something kind of spicy here? What if we go for the kill? What if we go for the kill on Wukong? Okay, hear me out. He's gonna come back later on, but that's future Chris's problem. What if we go for the kill here and hope that our 120 speed Claude is fast enough to go before Ronda. No, it's not. Okay. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, let's speed boost. That's 2 turns. This is going to be turn 3. So Wukong's about to come back. We might be able to crack him down again. Okay, Claude's out of the picture. What's the play? What is the play? Here's our win con here, our win condition. Our win condition is that Wukong isn't booked enough to have the cooldown reset quick enough to have his attacks back. Oh, he has staff back. Oh no. 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 Oh my goodness, guys. Look, it was a big old bag of failure. I think we won a single live arena attack. Yeah, we won a single one out of 5. We might have won a single classic arena fight. Maybe we can squeeze one more in. It's going to be another loss because, oh, can 4 epics take on a mythical? Hold on. Let's do this one for science. I think we might be able to. It just depends on whether... Okay, he resists everything. Yikes. Whether Gala can nuke him, she can't. Okay. Oh, what is this guy's name? Like Star Sage Galathier? Isn't he like the best champion in the game or something? I feel like he's pretty nuts. What does he do though? In a 4v1, what can he do? Let's just auto it. Let's just auto it. Let's see as I do the outro. So, as you see, this video spawns some, hopefully piques your guys' interest as much as it piqued mine. This concept, it's basically, it's one for the history books, right? You can't really do this nowadays like you could in the past. However, I do still want to force it. And like I said, I do have some compositions kind of cooking up in my head of teams that I feel like they could work. This team, the whole speed lead into a buffer into a nuker, it doesn't quite work in the modern world. Okay, we've figured this out. However, I feel like we could slap together some very cool gimmicky teams, or potentially just replace like something like Gala, a single target nuker in a team like this, with a an AoE nuker. Like who do we want to kill here? Probably this chick that I don't even know who she is. I do feel like you could replace her with an AoE nuker like Genbo, and then have a little bit more of success, potentially. But we might get our second win here. Hold on, maybe I'm speaking too soon. No, we definitely have seen. We can fully admit that this was. The epics don't have what it takes. But guys, I had so much fun making this. I had so much fun just kind of like theory crafting a team together, and also, like I said, I have even more teams kind of cooked up for you guys. So do you want to see more of this? Please comment down below. This channel is very new. My main, like my job is to make World of Warcraft content. So if you've seen me before, it's probably from that. However, this video I do want to start, or this channel I do want to start posting on a lot more, because Raid is like my baby. I've been playing this game forever, and I just want to make more content on it. So I would really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to this channel. I don't have many subscribers, so who knows, like 10 years in the future, if I, you know, this channel takes off to somewhere higher than it is now, you guys can say that you were early and you were a part of the early. Oh my god. Just don't look at the screen. Oh my god, it's a massacre. It is a massacre. The bombs. No. Let's get out of here before. Let's save Madame Suri. But yeah, you guys can say that you were like a part of the channel before it was, you know, before it took off to whatever it gets to. So definitely subscribe if you care to. I'm honestly just having fun, just, you know, dilly-dallying around here, seeing what else we can do. Who do we kill? I feel like we killed Genbo for sure. With a triple hit. That's really good for him. And then we take out Raphael. Oh, I'll say her A2 versus the turtles is actually very solid, because it just one shot. It's like a single tap that does so much damage. So Gala, I do think we could make her work on like if I had legendaries and stuff. But yeah, the all epics just wasn't it. But guys, I'll let this one play out. I appreciate you guys so much for watching this small channel. It's hard to click on someone's video that you've never seen before, but I appreciate that you guys did. Oh no, we're just going to be taken out by, who is this, Mikey? That's pretty tragic. But guys, thank you so much for the support. Like the video if you like this, and let me know, once again, I've said it 1,000 times, but comment down below what you guys want to see. If you want to see more of this with different teams, maybe a gimmicky team in the future, maybe we can also give me feedback on the editing. I'm going to try to edit out a lot of the team building, but I know this is going to be a very long video. Hopefully you guys were along for the ride. I know myself personally, I love like throwing up a Tyraku like 2 hour long video and just listening to it in the background. Maybe that's what this video was for you guys. Hey, okay, we're gonna finish off with a couple wins. So it looks like we can take on some of the lower end gold 5 teams, but all of the mid to high end gold 5 teams we cannot even touch with a candle. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I've said the outro for like 10 minutes now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe, like on your way out, comment down below. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care, guys.